And when we look at statistically the numbers, it's an overarching majority of seniors who are female that are living in poverty.
Your brand, the No Budget Babe, is positioned as somebody who helps 20 and 30 something women get to the better path, right? Why is it that you decided to go after that particular demographic?
I get that a lot. I get a lot of messages from like angry men who are
Oh,
like,
why be angry?
why can't men be a part? It's like, you can be. The thing is, I don't want to say that finance is gendered, but I will say that traditionally females and a lot of young females have been left out of the conversation when it comes to money. And when we look at statistically the numbers, it's an overarching majority of seniors who are female that are living in poverty. And actually the crazy statistic is, I think the number is 3/4 of them actually weren't living in poverty when their husbands were alive. You know, women on average are paid less than men, right? There's still the gender pay gap. And I don't even know exactly why that's happening, but I would say that part of it has to do with women's lack of financial education and their fear of asking for what they want. So I teach a lot of negotiation in my programs as well. And it's crazy how many messages I will get from people being like, Nicole, I didn't know you could negotiate this. Nicole, I didn't know that this was okay. Thank you for giving me the confidence for asking. I have now saved hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, received thousands of dollars, on my salary, on my bonuses, just by asking, just by implementing these super simple strategies. Traditionally there are studies, and I can't remember the numbers right now, but essentially that say that, men are typically more ready to negotiate, right? They're more open to negotiating, where females typically are not. And so I think it's just important to make sure I'm talking to people who really need this. And there's still this kind of overarching belief in society that for women to be successful with money, they need to marry rich. And I know there's still a lot of families that kind of push that on their daughters. I see that in my DMs and the messages that I get from women as well. There's a lot of women who are stuck in abusive relationships who I've received messages from who are like, I don't know how to get out of this because I'm trapped financially. And I've just seen so much of that I knew that this is a demographic that really needs my help. And knowing that that's where I've come from, right? Being a female in her 20s and 30s can really speak to those people and their fears and their aspirations and their goals and all of that kind of stuff, and really be able to put something together that's going to help them.
And you're right on point. And I recently spoke with a financial planner. Her name is Cindy Kumjan. She's been a financial planner for over 30 years. Okay, she's built her own practice, and she recently published a book on financial literacy where she talks about this exactly, that women for a long time have been more passive bystanders when it came to financial management and being involved in finances. And in fact, where the trajectory is going is that women will have more decision making coming down the line, especially as they deal with things like divorces, with death, as they outlive their husbands as well. Like, they need to be prepared to handle these things even more going into the future. And just like you explained, I mean, it's empowering, right? It gives you options and it gives you more control over your life.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy when you look at it. It's like 50% of marriages end in divorce. Women live longer than men. So statistically, right, as a female, you're going to have to make these decisions. And I'm a true believer that, your place isn't in the kitchen just as much as his place isn't in the finances. Everybody needs to be a part of the money because it affects every part of your life. I can't tell you how many women come through our program and they're like, Nicole, like, I thought that this was just like going to be a financial transformation, but it's transformed so many other areas of my life too. I'm less stressed, I'm losing weight, I'm having a better relationship with my partner. And it's like, money touches so many things. And I know that money in and of itself is not happiness. I do believe that in a way money can kind of buy happiness though, because it buys you freedom and these other things. But I will say that lack of money definitely is unhappiness. So we need to be able to learn how to use money as a tool so that we can build the life that we want.